When you eat an apple, do you peel it first? Most people do. It feels cleaner, easier, and more refined. Many people peel apples as a gesture of care when preparing them for family members. But every time that peel comes off, you are removing the most nutritionally concentrated part of the entire fruit and discarding two compounds that researchers studying cancer, prevention and metabolic disease now consider among the most promising natural substances found in any food. Apple peel contains ursolic acid and pectin. These two compounds work through entirely different biological mechanisms, but they converge on the same outcome: protecting your body from cancer, cardiovascular disease, muscle loss, and chronic inflammation. Both of them live predominantly in the peel. When you peel the apple, both disappear. The scale of the nutritional difference between peel and flesh is striking. Research measuring antioxidant content across apple sections found that polyphenol concentration in apple peel was more than 3 times higher than in the flesh, while flavonoid content was 8 times higher. A raw apple eaten with its skin contains approximately twice the vitamin C, 2.5 times the vitamin A, and more than 4 times the vitamin K compared to a peeled apple. The antioxidant activity of peel is 2 to 6 times greater than flesh depending on variety. Quercetin glycosides, among the most studied flavonoids for cancer and inflammation, are essentially absent in apple flesh and concentrated almost entirely in the peel. Every time you peel an apple, you are eating the least nutritious part and discarding the most powerful part. Now let us talk about ursolic acid specifically. Apple peel contains 40 to 90 milligrams of ursolic acid per 100 grams. This triterpenoid compound attracted serious scientific attention when researchers isolating it directly from apple peels found that, at a concentration of just 10 micromolar, ursolic acid suppressed tumor cell growth by more than 82% in laboratory studies. That is not a modest inhibitory effect. That is near complete suppression at a biologically relevant concentration. The mechanism extends further. A research team studying prostate cancer found that when ursolic acid from apple peel is combined with curcumin from turmeric or resveratrol from red grapes, the combination cuts off the glutamine supply that cancer cells depend on to survive. Cancer cells consume glutamine at far higher rates than normal cells. Block that supply and cancer cells starve. Ursolic acid, combined with dietary polyphenols available from common foods, achieves this in cell and animal models. The synergy between apple peel and turmeric, eaten in the same meal, is not theoretical. It has been studied directly. Ursolic acid also builds muscle. A research team studying muscle atrophy found that ursolic acid counteracts the genetic programs responsible for muscle wasting while simultaneously activating IGF-1, the insulin-like growth factor that drives muscle protein synthesis. Animals given ursolic acid showed significant increases in skeletal muscle mass alongside increases in brown adipose tissue, leading to higher calorie expenditure and measurable improvements in glucose tolerance and obesity markers. For anyone concerned about the muscle loss that accompanies aging, this is directly relevant. Ursolic acid is doing in the apple peel what many people pay for inexpensive muscle preservation supplements. Ursolic acid also suppresses inflammatory cytokine production and blocks multiple inflammatory signaling pathways. Chronic low-grade inflammation underlies cancer, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. Reducing that systemic inflammatory burden through diet is one of the most consistent findings in longevity research, and ursolic acid from apple peel is one of the more potent dietary contributors to that effect. Now pectin. Apple pectin is a soluble fiber concentrated in and just beneath the peel. When it reaches the intestine, it absorbs water and forms a viscous gel. That gel performs 3 distinct functions simultaneously. First, it binds bile acids. Bile acids are made from cholesterol in the liver. When pectin traps them and carries them out with stool, the liver must draw more cholesterol from the blood to replenish them. Blood cholesterol falls as a result. A clinical study tracking people who ate 2 whole apples daily with peel for 8 weeks found total cholesterol reduced by up to 13%, with significant reductions in LDL specifically. That is a clinically meaningful reduction achievable through food alone. Second, pectin acts as a prebiotic. Beneficial gut bacteria ferment pectin and produce short-chain fatty acids, which strengthen the intestinal lining, reduce gut inflammation, and activate immune cells. The relationship between gut microbiome health and systemic immunity is now one of the most actively studied areas in medicine, and apple peel pectin is one of the most accessible dietary tools for supporting that relationship. Third, pectin has direct anti-cancer properties. As pectin breaks down, it produces structures that bind to galectin-3, a protein cancer cells use to migrate through tissue and establish new colonies, which is the process of metastasis. When galectin-3 is blocked, cancer cell mobility is impaired. Research published in scientific journals confirmed that apple pectin inhibited breast cancer cell proliferation and metastasis and promoted expression of p53, the tumor suppressor gene. Ursolic acid starves cancer cells. Pectin blocks their migration. Both are in the peel you are currently removing before you eat. The most common concern about eating apple peel is pesticide residue. This is a legitimate question with a clear answer. Soaking an apple in a solution of 1 teaspoon of baking soda per 500 milliliters of water for 12 minutes, followed by rinsing under running water for at least 30 seconds, removes the large majority of surface pesticide residue. Research directly comparing cleaning methods found that baking soda solution outperformed plain water and vinegar solutions in reducing pesticide levels on apple skin. Organic apples washed under running water for 30 seconds are ready to eat with peel. Peeling an apple eliminates the pesticide concern, but simultaneously eliminates ursolic acid, pectin, quercetin, vitamin K, and the majority of polyphenols. Washing and eating the peel is the more nutritionally sound choice. 3 practical ways to eat apple peel effectively. The first is the simplest slice. The apple whole, removing only the core, and eat the slices with peel intact. 1 slice at a time delivers the full spectrum of peel compounds alongside the flesh's natural sugars, water, and fiber. Add a spoonful of plain yogurt and a few walnuts. The probiotic bacteria in yogurt work synergistically with apple peel pectin to improve gut microbiome composition. The omega-3 in walnuts complements ursolic acid's anti-inflammatory action. The second method is baked apple. Have a whole washed apple, remove the seeds. Drizzle with a small amount of honey and dust with cinnamon. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius, about 350 Fahrenheit, for 15 to 20 minutes. Heat causes a structural change in pectin that enhances its gut cleansing and cholesterol binding capacity. The ursolic acid concentrates in the juice released from the peel during baking. So eating the baked apple peel is particularly important with this method. Cinnamon's effect on blood glucose stability works alongside ursolic acid's documented improvement in insulin sensitivity. This is one of the most nutritionally efficient winter snacks possible. The third method is a whole apple blend. Place 1 washed apple, core removed, into a blender. Add the juice of half a lemon, a small piece of fresh ginger, and 200 milliliters of cold water. Blend completely and drink without straining. Straining separates the pectin and fiber from the liquid, reducing the benefit significantly. Lemon vitamin C protects apple polyphenols from oxidation. Ginger's gingerols add anti-inflammatory action that complements ursolic acid, consumed on an empty stomach in the morning. This blend activates digestion and delivers the full range of peel compounds in their most bioavailable form. Important cautions. People with acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease may find that apple peel's organic acids worsen symptoms. Baking or cooking the apple reduces acid content and is generally better tolerated. Those with birch pollen allergies may experience oral allergy syndrome when eating raw apple peel, as the proteins cross-react. Cooking or baking the apple typically eliminates this reaction. Anyone with chronic kidney disease should discuss higher potassium foods with their physician before significantly increasing apple consumption. For people managing blood sugar, the fiber in apple peel actually slows glucose absorption and reduces glycemic response, making whole apple with peel a better choice than peeled apple or juice. Keep to 1 apple per day and consume it during a meal rather than alone. Stop peeling your apples. The peel is not packaging. It is the most bioactive part of the fruit. And you have been systematically removing it before every bite. If this helped you, subscribe, like, and share this with someone who still peels their apples. Leave your questions in the comments. Next time we cover the 3 foods that multiply your salic acid absorption. When eaten with apple peel, turn on notifications. Eat the whole apple.